Hey DJs, how are y'all doing? This is Philip from Blue Collar Crypto. I am sitting here with Matt from GMC. Hey Matt, how are you?
Good. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm here. It's Sunday. I've had a busy weekend. Just kind of relaxing and enjoying a day off, really.
Outstanding. Same here. It's the start of my vacation.
Oh wow, wow. So how long you been in the space? Tell me about yourself.
Personally, I got in at the first big bull run. What was that, 2016, 2017? I dismissed crypto for a long time. I got out. I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps and got out and had a buddy of mine in 2010 starting to talk to me about it. And I was like, who's going to buy a digital currency for $100 or whatever it was at that time? Dismissed it for years. And then, of course, at the top, I think it was $18,000 or something at one point. March into 20 is when I started going in and then rode it all the way down, all the way back up, all the way down, all the way back up. I've, been in it for a little while, the ups and downs. I got into the Terra ecosystem, I'm going to say right around at the $5 to $10 mark, anywhere in there. And Terra V1, rode that around, and then up to all-time highs, and then experienced that epic crash there that destroyed a lot of people. And I took a 2-year break after that. I DCA'd some leftovers and just sat on Ethereum and Atom and staked it all on Coinbase like a moron.
Man, Coinbase has been having some issues because their customer support, the community is not really happy with them at all. Like they're going to lose their fan base if they don't fix that customer support issue. I keep seeing all over Twitter.
I've seen it posted a lot. I've never had issues with Coinbase. I mean, it's the easiest access for me to get in crypto. I mean, especially now, ever since I came back and the introduction of Noble USDC has made life so easy. It's like, before it used to be if I took a few $100, put it to Coinbase, I'd have to buy some other token. I'd have to do this to get there, to Binance, to this, to that. And, by the time you got to your final destination, you're at least $30-$40 short.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I still feel that way with Ethereum. Anytime I use Ethereum on anything, like I have some graph tokens that are staking right now that would cost me more in gas fees than it would be to just get my money out of the Ethereum network because the gas fees are so high. That's another reason why I'm such a huge fan of Cosmos.
Yeah, huge fan of Cosmos. As soon as I got in there and I got in Terra V1, I basically had nothing left of Ethereum and selling all the Bitcoin that I'd ever get. Well, mistakes have always been made, but this ride back has been pretty awesome. So got into the GMC when I got back into crypto. I was listening to Backbone Labs, JG, on a white whale space, and he was talking about his Migaloo whales and how they would gain you entry into the Galactic Mining Club for whitelist. And I said, let me check out Galactic Mining. The founder, Hashimoto, came on. He was talking about the vision of, using hash power through miners, and not directly mining Bitcoin, but using the hash power we started off with KAS. So the miners were mining that, and basically we would get paid in Bitcoin and distribute. So now we're more the newer mining equipment we've been on mines, Doge and Litecoin primarily. So that's been a pretty lucrative miner since we've had it. We're adding one more, should be here January, February timeframe. And real excited about the whole process of having something that gives me Bitcoin. That was my whole goal coming back is, I want Bitcoin this time at the end of the bull run. I don't care how far it goes down anymore. Every time it's skyrocketed past its previous all-time high. It might take a while, but, I'd rather have that Bitcoin in my pocket anymore than just keep selling it and selling it and selling it.
That is true. I mean, that is the grandfather of them all. That is going to be your safe haven. I believe we can start seeing a lot of more projects kind of backing the treasury up with a Bitcoin instead of other, fiat currency once, especially if, God forbid, that the U.S. ever there's hyperinflation, then, God forbid that ever happens. But we'll start seeing a lot more projects, kind of having their treasury and their denomination basically inside Bitcoin instead of other.
Yeah, I think we're already starting to begin to see it. Even developers and stuff like that. I look at Osmosis, what they've done now, trying to get a lot more Bitcoin centric. We're using that platform now to transfer our hard BTC that we get from payments into mining. We're using that to the past few weeks to bring Bitcoin in through that route versus having to buy Atom and then transferring that. And by the time you're kicking the bucket around and get to stakers, you're losing profits that way. Right now, it's to just pay the typical network fee. Sometimes it's slow. This week was slow. I mean, you look how volatile Bitcoin was. That always slows down the network, but it got there, and it's a 1-to-1 swap for Osmosis.
Nice.
UBTC. So we're able to get that into people's hands a lot easier.
Let's rewind a little bit and let's tell the people out there. So you have an NFT collection called Galactic. Yeah, sorry, lost my train of thought. Galactic Mining Club. You purchase the NFTs and you earn staking rewards in Bitcoin and then in Luna and other tokens, correct?
Primarily a DAO proposal passed a while ago that now all rewards are Bitcoin. People want to be Bitcoin, so our primary rewards are now all Bitcoin. So any other assets we get through DeFi or anything like that are all swapped into Bitcoin and deposited as Bitcoin there.
Okay.
That can change in the future. It's a community DAO, so anybody can say, I think I want, us as a community get together and they say, all right, we want, 10% of our rewards and back into Luna or back, into some other token. It's all up to them.
Yeah. And then so there's 4,000 in the collection, right?
4,000 NFTs in the collection, correct.
And then let me ask you this question, man. Who is responsible for that artwork? Because that artwork is amazing. Like
that will be Mr. Fox on Twitter, or if you're in our Telegram chats or anything like that, that's at IBC Mafia.
Man, that dude, hats off. If I was wearing a hat, man, hats off. That
great collection. I mean, my PFP on Telegram and all that, very recognizable. I had to get it so I could put it on my wall. All right. So that's how much I love his artwork. All right. It's the best collection out there. I mean, he also is behind the Galactic Syndicate, which was a collection after that Backbone Labs wanted him to do a Gravedigger collection.
Yeah, which is also
GMC. Yeah, the GMC is not a Gravedigger collection, so we don't get like when he comes out, when Backbone Labs drops those airdrops for certain thing. Yeah, well, we'll get Soul for that guy behind there, and anybody else with a skeleton trait. They'll earn their Soul. You're earning Soul just by trading the NFTs as well. Soul's a big undertaking. I can't wait to see it come to fruition, because anybody that's bonded assets, used their Gravedigger thing, bought, traded NFTs, minted NFTs, they're all in the running for it. And it's a very small token supply from what I understand. So it should be pretty nice.
Yeah, if for those out there who don't know what the Soul token is, Backbone Labs offers a liquid staking derivative token, and that's going to be Soul. And so if you're familiar with Stride and how they have the Stride token, it's very similar to the Stride token. You'll be able to liquid stake other tokens into Backbone Labs like Terra, Injective, tokens like that, and get a staking reward version of your tokens. So tell me, I go to Backbone Labs, my NFT, do I automatically receive the staking rewards, or do I need to go stake it to a DAO?
So for our collection, you need to go to DAO. We used to be on Enterprise DAO and Terra. So if you still have your NFTs there, you got to move them. I think you got to the 31st before you'd have to do some contract manipulation to try to get your NFTs out, because I think the platform's shutting down. I'm sure some dev out there will make it possible to still get your NFTs. For the time being, yeah, DAO's the only place you're getting those rewards too. So if you're on Enterprise, you're missing out. So we're still posting rewards every week on DAO. So you would just go type in your search bar Galactic Mining. You'll see our logo and everything up there, and stake your NFTs right there and start earning the weekly rewards.
And besides the weekly rewards, you also get voting power in the DAO, right? Like you become a member.
That's how you would make both. Yep. That's how you become a member. That's how you either A, vote on proposals that are out there, or B, try and push your own proposal out as well. That can be done by any member of the DAO. You know, anybody can pop up a proposal if they think they want to see some type of change in the system. And obviously, you shouldn't just do a proposal without letting everybody know, because they could, you know, you want some type of initial consensus first before throwing out a vote. But.
So is it a weighted staking that, like, because from my understanding, you need at least 2 NFTs to receive the rewards, right?
So that was the plan, and that was going through with Enterprise. Both DAOs had their own weaknesses and advantages. Now, DAO is very complex. A lot more stuff you can do on DAO, but it's missing a couple of things. That Enterprise was a little bit before TFL and all that happened, and we had a couple of devs there that didn't, you know, that were working on it before they left. There was a lot of inside communication with the founder and all that, and the team was able to, you know, kind of push our ideas onto Enterprise. DAO is a little more, you know, they expect you to be a dev. You know, they're like, just go write a smart contract if you want it. And it's like, well, yeah. Isn't there some way we could just, you know, put up a proposal for you guys to build it? Oh, it's your platform. And we're just looking for a feature to use your platform on.
And they're like, no, you need to do it. You want it, you do it.
So the 2 NFTs, I believe Backbone Labs is in communication with some of the lead people at DAO. They need to get it done for theirs because, you know, it's a part of their shtick of hopefully that doesn't register you as a security or anything. Yeah. Right now for GMC, you know, hopefully the SEC doesn't come after little guys. Yeah. Right now it can, DAO can only handle, you know, you can't edit that feature yet. So once it's implemented, absolutely we'll go that route. So you'll need, right now, 1 will get the job done, 2 will be the future. So once that feature's there, we're going to unlock that and require 2. Absolutely.
Okay. And then is there a difference in my staking rewards if I buy 2 compared to if I buy 3, or is it multiples of 2? Like, how does the staking weight work?
For every single one you get, the more rewards you're going to get. So if you have 2, the bare minimum, you're not going to get nearly as much as somebody who has 20 or 30. If you want to pull in the biggest bang for your buck, the more the better.
Yeah.
And with an amazing art collection, I mean, it makes it pretty easy. I have almost 100, probably over 100 personally. I got in on Mint though, so it was a lot easier to get to that level.
Yeah.
But I still find myself buying, you know. There's ones that pop up on the marketplace and I'm like, my God, you think 4,000 NFTs is in the big collection in the NFT space. You know, there's, 10,000. There's huge collections. And even with 4,000, I'll still pop on there and say, I don't ever remember seeing this one, you know? And, I gotta have it.
Yeah, I think I got my 2. If it wasn't on Mint, it was very, very close after. And I staked mine on Enterprise DAO, and that was how I discovered Enterprise DAO, was through you guys. I bought the collection, was like, oh, you got to stake it on Enterprise DAO. I'm like, oh, what DAO is that? And so then I went and did all of it. And I think I have my Migloo Wells collection on there as well. And then I have a few other NFTs. I won't say, but
stake that
more.
Yeah, gotta move it.
Yeah. I was on top of it as soon as you guys moved over. to DAO DAO, I was already in the DMs in your chat talking about, hey, can I move this over yet? Should I unstake it? But yeah, I was
Absolutely.
yeah. I try to stay on top of it in the news feed and try to, be a step ahead, but sometimes it just don't work that way.
No, and once enterprise closes, I'm sure we'll get messages and all that stuff. Hey, what happened?
Yeah. What do I need to do?
Where where you been? That's one thing I've never understood in crypto. Like when I checked out for 2 years, I pulled out of everything, so I didn't have to worry about anything. Just left it in easy stuff, and it's like because you disappear for a couple of weeks around here, and stuff can be changing, flip flopping. It's like a lifetime almost. Look at what's happened in a year of GMC. If you checked out this past, if you did the mint and staked on enterprise and you're still checked out, or you're going to be you've been missing out.
If you look at my browser history, you know how you have the bookmarks on top of your browser? I have a folder that is strictly for inactive blockchains. Like inactive platforms. Like I'm like, okay, well, they're inactive. They're not doing anything. But I have an entire bookmark of all different platforms. And every once in a while I'll go on there and I'll see if there's any activity or if anything's I'll pull up the Mint Explorer and see if there's anything happening. And I'm like, oh well, I guess it didn't work.
You never know. I mean, look at what happened. I was never in the ecosystem, but it was a big topic going there for a while when Juno just started taking off again. It was like everybody thought that was just a dead chain.
Yeah. Did you see the returns they had yesterday?
No.
Yeah, they were up like at one point they were up like 82% yesterday. When everything else was bleeding, they were up 82%. And I'm like, well, I sit there and say, well, you got to go a long way before I'm break even on that.
Yeah. I never touched it. So
no, I got part of the Juno airdrop a couple years ago and was able to buy more Juno and stake it. And, at the time, the team, they had the miscommunication with the airdrop allocations and stuff. And I was like, you know what, we'll get through this. And then we just bled to death, I guess.
Yeah, I missed out tons of airdrops in that 2-year hiatus I took from the Terra monk crash. I mean, like I said, I had all my Atom that I had, which was quite a bit. Whatever I had left from Terra V1 basically went. I bought like one Ethereum, and then rest started DCAing Atom all the way down to its bottom, and I staked it all on Coinbase. So I got nothing. I got none of those juicy Atom airdrops in the beginning of this season, the early this year when things started pumping and I came back. I was like, I guess I missed out on all this Atom staking stuff everybody's so excited about. I'm like, I missed it all because I'm staked on Coinbase.
Yeah. So
well, after getting wrecked by Terra V1, I didn't trust being anywhere at that point. I didn't know what was going to survive.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kepler and Leak, they take bounds in the space. Like even if something was to happen and you were unable to use Kepler or Elite, I mean, you can learn how to do command line interface and just, CLI any cut from any validator you wanted to. It's just, you have to want to do it, you have to want to learn it. That's the key.
Yeah, most people won't.
Yeah, that's true. So tell me about the team behind GMC.
Okay, so I myself am on the council. We have Cbutt, Blank, Kansi. We've got IBC Mafia as a founder. Hashimoto is the founder. You're My Boy Luna is one of the newer council members as well. With me and Kansi. Metal Bart. He's in charge of our, kind of like out there DeFi thing. So he's going over to like Solana and Base and Phantom and with a smaller amount of our funds, just try to make some plays. He's been in that type of game for a while. EB Whale, he's a good analytics and all that. He helps run a lot of the DAO proposals as well.
Nice. So what do you see in like the future? Are you guys going to do another collection? Are you guys planning to?
No, the general consensus is no collection to dilute GMC. We've thought about maybe outposts in the future where we do kind of little sub collections There's a couple of ideas churning around in people's heads. It's just the NFT market space right now seems pretty saturated. There's a lot, cheap mints, free mints, they get minted out at 10 seconds. But, you try another $50 collection, it gets harder and harder for people to keep putting, especially if Bitcoin takes a ride down, like it is down a little bit now, and people get worried. People start checking out. I don't think anybody's really, since that first started the bull run early this year, I don't think, and that crash for Cosmo, that's been the biggest thing. I think people have been, you know, if you got in the beginning of last year, like I did, even with the few Cosmos pumps that we've seen, it's still not reached there. So people are still wrecked. If you held Bitcoin the whole time, you're still sitting pretty. You were buying at 40, 50 grand. You're still up nice. But if you've been in Cosmos, you're still feeling your bags are pretty bad unless you had cash on the sidelines and ECA down for the bottoms, you're hurting still.
So why do you think Cosmos in particular has kind of like taken a hit? Do you think it's the drama that's always inside Cosmos? Do you think it's the lack of communication? What do you think it is?
I think it can be a combination of both. There's obviously a lot of drama in Cosmos. I think people love drama. Even if things are going good, they'll do something. Something will happen somewhere and be like, oh, there's some drama over here. There's some drama over there. I think a lot of people like to feed off of that.
Yeah.
They love the torture. Also, just money's elsewhere right now. Look at Solana and some of the new toys. Memes are crazy. That's where a lot of money. DeFi, it hasn't picked up, as much as I'd like to see. That's what I like.
Yeah.
So I like DeFi. I don't like memes and all that stuff with Solana. It's just a good way to get around.
Yeah. And quick. You see what happened with the hot Tui girl?
Yeah, quick. It's like
Quick.
I guess if you're a casino person and you're ready to just put it all on black and ready to lose it all, that's fine. I like the community building, and there's meme projects out there that are like that too. They have a different ethos than your regular meme, and there's going to be a point. Like I think Roar started off as a meme, and you can't even really call it a meme anymore. It's been around space a long time, and they have a very developed treasury and all that. Not, not your typical pump and dump rug coin,
And you don't really see that like as much inside the Cosmos. Like you don't hear about the hot Tuis coming to Cosmos and just wrecking everyone's bag. And I don't think
Cosmos was a little smarter for that now. We've had our fair share.
Yes.
We've had our fair share. So it's a little harder to get people into these pump and dumps. So they still happen.
What do you think? Like you guys also have like you're offered on a marketplace, right? This is the only place to buy it. Backbone Labs.
Backbone Labs is your primary area because we are a Terra NFT. That's run on the Terra chain. We recently switched from the marketplace being in just Luna to now Backbone Labs has incorporated other B assets into the main trading token for the NFTs. You could still pay in Luna. I think people just don't see that drop down box there, and they'll just have to do a little math in their head. Go on the coin hall and just type in how much or B Luna and convert it through there. It's a nifty concept of what he did at Backbone Labs to do that and make B assets more visible. I think they got a long way to go yet, but Terra had a head start with TFL. Migaloo had a head start with, the Migaloo Foundation and stuff like that. But newer projects are definitely, you can see with the Galactic Syndicate, Binge, a little harder to punch through those numbers to get people their staking rewards and stuff like that. So I think we saw it with Kuji as well, which we know what happened to Kuji. Yeah. More drama in the Cosmos.
Yeah.
Went from Terra's Axelar assets, which is another big thing that we're waiting for GMC. Is we hold over a quarter of a Bitcoin for backing the NFTs. That's another thing with the NFTs is they're supposed to be backed a burning mechanism once the backing reaches a certain number for people, we can start unlocking that. I think it's we would need probably around 2 to 3 Bitcoin in the backing to even make that worth, 4,000 NFTs. Are you going to burn one for 0.0000 of a Bitcoin, or you're going to wait till it at least matches floor price, which floor price goes up and down. At one point, I think the lowest NFTs were, two, three, $400. Right now they're cheap. They're almost to but we're still 2x above mint price.
Yeah. I mean, so like so do you see if you were to like create a hype or tell someone this is why you should buy a GMC NFT, you're getting staking rewards for Bitcoin. It's being transferred into your Osmosis wallet. I mean, your your Terra wallet on DAO. And it's as simple as you buy now and you got staking rewards. What else would you tell? Like,
the backing's a huge one. As that grows, the value of your underlying part of your NFT is going to grow. Once we can get that on Enterprise, that backing, it's going to be nice because that APR is pretty juicy. We'll obviously ask the community, and as a team ourselves, we'll probably have to come up with something with the voting power and everything of the Terra Liquidity Alliance and participate into putting as much power into that pool as possible, because that's going to raise the backing and everybody's going to be happy with that. And obviously, Bitcoin itself. I mean, if you're excited about Bitcoin, this is the collection. If you like art, and this is some of the best art there is, it's not, no disrespect on some other project, but I don't care for pixeloid art. And I don't, a lot of these NFT collections are not that appealing to me. This one is both appealing art wise and what it gets in return wise.
I'll tell you, like, as when it comes to art wise, with you guys are one of my top favorites. And I'll tell you another one of my top favorites is Crypto Dungeon. Have you seen their NFT artwork?
Yeah, I've got a few quick. I'm very excited about a card collection. Okay, the art is great too, and the card, it being card art, is pretty cool. Yeah,
and they're all hand drawn.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, very excited about that collection as well. They're good friends with the GMC, so we're very excited for them and what they're doing. Hopefully, because they're building out not just that Cosmic Quest game, they're building a chain
for
build games on. So who says the GMC doesn't make a card collection or something like that someday, and have something going on with them? I see that, because I was talking about that before I even knew about Crypto Dungeon. Was like, I'd love to see like a Magic the Gathering style, a dual game with GMC characters, and give them traits and powers and all that stuff. And I think it would be freaking awesome if you could have your, even if you just did it with our NFTs themselves and put that and just had, them battling it out, and you got your PFP fighting it out with other people. Yeah, it'd be awesome. I think it'd be really cool.
I didn't realize how big the outside community of Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons was. And I knew it was big, and I knew it had a huge following. But I work in a tourist attraction place. Like, most of our customers are from other states and other cities and even other countries. And when they had a conference in downtown for Magic the Gathering, I mean, there was just so many people there that was just like, yeah, we're here for the conference. We're here for the conference. They were dressed up in costumes, and it was just like, man, this is huge. And so if you can tap into that market, and, I think it's going to be big. Like, me personally, if you do it right, I think it's going to be big.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they do. If they get some media to put out there to card shops and stuff like that that sell these cards. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All you got to do is get a couple of them, and then they start spreading the word themselves,
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a very, very big community. I never got it. I was never a player of that stuff. I did the Star Wars one for a little bit at the right around the same era. So I've always been a big Star Wars nerd. I think that's why this collection also I love. As you could tell a lot of the NFTs have some vibes of Star Wars, Fallout, another great one.
So with GMC, how do you see yourself expanding? Like, how can you grow from here?
I'll just, keep on building on the mining equipment, the community itself. I'd love to see another influx of new people. It's terrible that the Cosmos is still basically still a bear. It used to be a very, active community. I just think a lot of people have checked out still. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just not, I guess nobody's excited about, only Bitcoin being the dominant one and not, or memes over in Solana instead of back to DeFi, back to degenning and being crazy with, strategies on how to, earn APR and all that.
Well, I mean, one of the reasons why I started this podcast is because on my drive to work and home, there was no podcast about the Cosmos, like none. Yeah, Citizens Web3 has one, but at the time, it was like maybe 4 or 5 months before they had posted anything. And I was like, that's just a perfect niche. Everything I love smacking me in the face, telling me to do this,
Yeah, we definitely need more of it. When I took into a role of GMC, it's like, how do we get back out there again? And there's just really no spaces to join, really, stuff like that you're going to get a word in edgewise. There's still some protocol spaces and stuff like that. But, so we got to figure out a way too to, outreach to some more audiences and all that. And I think this is perfect in what you're doing.
I mean, like if I could bring some of the devs over from Solana once they get finished playing with the memes and, bring some, hardcore devs over. I mean, there's tons of already working hard devs inside. They're just head down. I think they're still building. I don't really see any money spent on marketing. I just see them building like Passage, Cash, Jackal. Like those, they're real world utility.
Yeah, then you got AI coming out too, and now it's, a lot of people are excited about Arai chain and all that. It's still an exciting space. It's just there's the core DeFi element of it has definitely not recovered yet.
Yeah. So you're a big DeFi guy, right? Do you have your head? Do you have your head wrapped around Prism?
No, not all of it. Hey, Prism was was a tough one when it was Terra V1. So let alone now what they got going on. I understand a little of how to capture some of that now, but yeah, it's mind blowing to get too deep into there. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get P Atom or whatever. It unlocks in a couple of months, and I'm supposed to have more. That's fine. It's kind of like if you think about it, it's kind of like doing LST assets and stuff like that. That you're buying into the unbonding versus unbonding yourself. All that interesting system, but it's super super degen.
Yeah. Like if you were to ask me what is the go-to degen, I'm pointing you to Prism. Like it's you get on there and you're like, what? P Atom, Y Atom, P Atom or Y Atom 26, 25. And I was just like, what? Yeah, I'll just put it up there. Just take my money here. Let me roll the dice on red.
I miss the confetti though. So I go over there. Yeah. I want that confetti. Yeah. Prism's pretty wild. But to me, all these places came from Terra, Prism, White Whale, all that stuff. For me, I still love Terra, and I want Terra to come back, make its comeback. So we need to figure out how to get all these OG builders back to Terra.
Yeah, I agree. So where do you see yourself for the next like 1 to 3 years, or even longer?
For Galactic Mining or for myself?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, both.
Hopefully it's still collecting staking rewards from Galactic Mining from myself personally, and for Galactic Mining just to still be there grinding.
Yeah.
It's a doggy dog space. Who can continue to survive? And I think with an NFT, tokens are tough. You hit bad spots with tokens. It can be unrecoverable at times, or somebody takes advantage of it. I think with the NFT collection, there's always, and a DAO, I think having a community DAO is awesome because you can always restructure. If people get tired, of the main people in there, if you need some fresh blood, you can always vote in, vote out, or just bring in fresh ideas from the community. Now, when you have a more active community, you get to take ideas from people. They might not all work out. Some of them might be too crazy.
Yeah.
But with a DAO, I think the survivability is going to be long term. I tell people all the time, I want to come, still be here in 10 years talking to some of you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you were to send users, what is the first step they go? Walk us through the process. So we open our browser, we go to Backbone Labs, which the link will be in the show notes, and the mint's already minted out. So we'll go to the marketplace and we will buy the NFT.
You're either going to need Luna or B Luna. You can go on the grid. If you have Luna in your wallet, you'd basically hit the drop down button, select Luna. If you need it, one of the things we're pushing for quality of life is to have that conversion right there. But if you're going to be on the edge, B Luna is quite a difference than Luna because it's been around a long time. So I think it's like one B Luna is like 1.3 or something. It's quite above. It's quite above base. So you'd have to figure out what that is, or you could just go on the Gravedigger, go to the Terrace Gravedigger. Type in stake how much ever Luna, and it'll tell you how much B Luna you would get for that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And then we will have all of the links here in the show notes for you guys to Backbone Labs, to pretty much everything that you need to pick up one of these collections. The link to DAO, where to stake it. Now, what about community following? We'll have a link to the. And is there any other social platforms that people can follow you guys on?
Telegram is going to be your best place.
Okay, Telegram.
Obviously, Twitter for announcements and stuff like that is the easiest to follow those. Make sure you click the alerts button. Your main important announcements are going to be easier to grasp through there because the Telegram can get a little wild sometimes. You can hop in there and it's got nothing going on, and then you come back an hour later and there's 300 missed messages. And we talk about a lot of different things. That's what I loved about the GMC Telegram as well, is that it's not just about our NFT collection. We're talking DeFi, we're talking other projects, we're talking, other projects, are known to come into our Telegram and just talk about it. We used to have Shade Protocol, Solid, a bunch of different guys just come in and realize that we have some power users, we have some degenerates, we have some, we everything in there. So, we just like to talk about everything, keep an active channel going.
Okay. We'll put that link in the show notes as well. I'm assuming you guys have a Discord. We'll send
we do, but nobody uses Discord in the GMC.
Okay.
Oh, we actually have I think there's a bridge on there where you can talk between the both. So
really?
Most people are on Telegram for the GMC. Discord is, before I joined GMC, all I used was Discord for crypto, for sports cards, for gaming. Yeah. All I used was Discord. And I was like, I don't know Telegram. And that's how I got stuck with the name Matt on there, because when I signed up for Telegram, it just had my real name. And I was like, I'm like, oh, I should change to my gaming name. And it was like a good, month or so into being on the Telegram, and everybody's like, no, you're stuck with Matt now. Yeah.
Matt it is. I'm like, oh, Matt it is. Okay, so is there anything else, man, you want to tell the listeners, tell people anything at all? Did we miss anything?
trying to think so. I think we've covered a bit this week. I'm sure we've missed something. I mean, we're almost a year old now,
Yeah.
so we've got, it's still an exciting time in crypto. I don't think we're gonna. I think we still got some good runs to come. I really hope the Cosmos and the altcoin and the DeFi space has a run in it here. Hopefully early next year. We need to get some life going again. And then for the GMC NFTs, I mean, hey, we're still there's still plenty out there to grab. We are over 75% stake. So people who
Okay.
have them, they want to keep them.
Yeah. So does the amount of people stake affect my staking rewards?
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. The more it goes up, the less, there's going to be more NFTs stake. That's more piece of the pie of the rewards get distributed, especially if more new users come in, not people currently with NFTs. The more new users come in, the more it affects everybody.
Yeah.
So if you yourself are gathering NFTs, you're gonna get more, and everybody else is gonna get less. So
Okay. Okay. Well, I think that pretty much covers it, man. I don't know. I pretty much think that unless you got anything else you want to share, we're almost at 50 minutes.
I think that's good for today, and then maybe we'll pop back on with some more questions and updates.
Okay.
Hopefully, our new miner comes in a month or two. Maybe we'll hop back on and get the excitement going again that we got another miner. All right, folks, take it easy. Get yourself some GMCs and get that Bitcoin. Stack sats.